Hey, true crime friends. Welcome back to another episode of True Crime in Academia. I am your host, Mary DePippi. I hope you are all having a wonderful week so far. As you can see, True Crime in Academia is premiering on a Wednesday again, and probably up until Labor Day, that is most likely going to be the case. Just because with scheduling and everything that I've got going on right now, it's just been really hard to get the episodes out on Tuesday. It's just something's always been coming up. So I think, like I said, from now until at least Labor Day, the episodes will be coming out on Wednesday. In other news, if you hear purring in the background, that is because, again, I'm on location recording right now. And there is a cute little kitty who won't leave me alone. Not that I mind. She's adorable. So... But yeah, so if you hear that, that's why. This week, I have another interview for you. I am very excited to get into it. My two guests today with me are actually coming from across the Atlantic Ocean in Portugal, which I am so excited about. These two are absolutely hilarious. I love that they are bringing comedy into the true crime content arena. They are the hosts of the YouTube channel and podcast, Spilling the Crime. With me is Humberto and Jonas. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Hi, thank you so much for having us here. Yes. It's such an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's our first interview. Yes.
Yay! I'm glad that I can pop that, first interview cherry.
We'll never forget.
So my first question, I always ask this to everyone I interview, just because, I mean, it's kind of why I interview people. How did you guys get interested in true crime?
Oh boy. Okay. So I've always been interested in true crime. I've listened to a lot of true crime podcasts, mainly True Crime Obsessed. I'm like literally obsessed with them. It's like me and a friend, we would listen and comment afterwards. And then we met each other and we started talking about some documentaries and true crime. And we were like, do you want to do a true crime podcast with me? Like, I think it was kind of like that. He has a better memory than I do. So I'm a fish.
No, he was like, we were talking and then we said, okay, let's do this. And here we are.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like,
yeah,
we have no idea what we are doing, but we are doing anyway.
It's fun. It's fun, I guess. Yes.
I would say you do it very well. I mean, like I said, you guys bring comedy into the true crime world, which I feel can be very hard to do, just because you're talking about very violent crimes. I mean, I know your most recent one, someone's body was chopped up and put in a freezer. So, but
yes. we actually had to do that episode twice. We recorded it, and we sometimes we go with the flow, and we are drinking. And when we got to listen to the episode, we thought that, okay, this is too much. So we are still learning how to do that balance between comedy and the brutal crimes that obviously we do not support, and we don't think they are funny.
Yeah, right. In this case, this man, I believe, is out there now. So we kind of want to protect ourselves in that way, because we didn't even realize about that. We were like, let's talk about crime. And then we were like, oh,
things start to, okay.
If we talk about Portuguese crimes, these people might be out, might listen to us. Maybe, who knows? We might find them in the street. What will happen? Oh my God. Like, there was one case, I think it was episode 11, the Portuguese Dexter girlfriends. One of them is out there. And like, she's young, and she probably would listen to podcasts. We don't know. So
we didn't think about that in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was not in our minds. And then we started like, okay, this is creepy, or like talking about places that we are going to visit, and we were like, we are going to Paris, and this happened in Paris.
Oh my God, we go to the south of Portugal this week. Oh my God, this is great. My God, help me.
And we were like, we want to do episodes about true crime. We don't want to be the protagonists of none of them.
Oh my God, don't say that.
So
Oh my
it's very
gosh.
hard, yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like that's every true crime content creator's like worst fear is to be like, oh no, that case that I just covered, the killer is out and I'm visiting that state or that city that they live in, and holy crap, please don't come after me.
Oh my God, we have a city here in Portugal which we don't say the name because we want to protect ourselves. But
Of
there is
course.
a place where majority of Portuguese crimes happen.
At least the bigger
yeah,
ones, like.
yeah, and we were like, oh my God, so many. Are we going there? No.
And it's not very far.
It's not very far.
Very-
So we were like, let's not say the place. Let's try to use other names maybe, or see
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
something
So what's it like living in Portugal? I mean, I'm obviously from America, New Jersey specifically. So we're a very ignorant country when it comes to other cultures and other countries. And
happens. It's America is such a world. You have so many cultures there. It's so awesome. I think that's so cool. And I hope next year we are able to go to America and visit a lot of places
Yes.
we want to go.
My cousin was here yesterday, and he's from New York. So he's
Oh,
Portuguese.
cool.
He's living and working in New York. So maybe next year we'll go and visit New York and other places, because we made a lot of friends doing podcasts. So we'll see about that.
Which is
Awesome.
Very excited.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in Portugal, we are a small country. Oh, our lights. Oh no. Let me try to fix this. Okay. We are a small country. It's like, I don't know how many Portugals we need to fill America, but we are super small, and a lot of people has not open minds. So it's way different than when I was, for an example, in Canada. Everyone has such an open mind. They were so different. Here, we are more conservative, maybe less. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's okay. We have awesome weather. Come to Portugal.
Yes, I
Weather.
was gonna say the weather over there seems like it is
Weather is great.
spectacular.
Weather, the wine,
Yes, awesome wine. Yes,
and the food. The food is amazing.
yes.
We have awesome food.
That's it. When you guys come to New York, I will come up and visit you because it's close to me, and then I will find a way to come to Portugal and visit you guys. That's it. We're
Yes,
set.
Please.
Yes, you come back with
so
us.
nice.
Yes.
But Portugal is awesome. Besides that more conservative part, and we are getting there.
Yeah, we are getting there. We just take 10 times more time. We are a bit-
But we are not as many, so we have to learn from each other, and it takes time.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
just that. But
Absolutely.
it's awesome living in Portugal.
I mean, the weather alone, like I'm sold.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So how did you come up with the name Spilling the Crime?
Oh my God. This actually, the first name that we had was like Spill the Crime.
Yes, we got like the idea from the
Spilling tea.
spilling tea, like
spilling wine.
some
like spilling.
joining
spill
true crime with gossip, maybe like that vibe. And then we tried Spill the Crime. It didn't work.
It was
because
already
it was
taken.
already taken.
Mm.
And then we tried Spilling the Crime with no faith. Like, of course, this is taken. And it was like, oh my God, we could use it. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah, let's use it now. Let's do
yes,
our brand as
everything,
best as
like
we can.
Gmail, Instagram, YouTube, everything. And
It was like this. We wanted a name that was kind of fun to say. It's like Spilling the Crime, like a little bit sassy and
yes.
awesome. We really like the name. I think. It's
And
really
and
cool.
because we like the wine, and we thought of this like conversation while we were drinking, So it works like spilling, and sometimes things
do.
got spilled. Yes.
Sometimes spilling does actually occur in each episode.
No, it does. It does. Yes.
I wouldn't say all is a mess.
No,
at the end.
if there was a video format in some of these episodes, oh my gosh. There is one episode that I can recall, which was episode 9 for me. I was a mess, and I was like, this is never ending, and I was really tipsy. And
We had to cancel that recording, and we had to reschedule because he was not able to talk anymore. And I was like, okay.
All my notes, the beginning of my notes were like really clear, and then in the middle, there were a lot of lines. I was like, what happened here?
And I was like, are you watching?
I don't know. I didn't.
And then we started recording, and he was telling the facts like in such a different order from the and I was like, okay, I'm lost. We cannot do this. I can't. We had to reschedule.
Yeah,
That wine was very good.
Oh, it was, but from that episode on, I started controlling myself with that. Oh my god.
Now, was it a red or was it a white that you were drinking that particular time?
White.
Rosé and then a white.
Ooh.
Yes, it was two bottles. So yeah.
Yes, a rosé too. No. Sorry, did I say red?
No, rosé and white.
Sorry, I'm Dory mind. I'm sorry. I'm a fish. Yeah, we started with a rosé to prepare, and then with the white wine, and the white wine went like, oh my god! At the middle of the episode, we had 2 bottles of wine.
Yes, and since we cannot be eating at the same time because of the sound,
we do.
So all we do is drink, and then
then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I feel everything now. I
in the
swear,
beginning,
that's how
it's good because we got very relaxed, and it helps with our English.
For you,
Yes,
it gets worse for me. I'm like, blah, blah, and then I start talking like, and then what is happening to my mind? I'm like, I see the robots.
yes. So we still have to find our perfect dosing of wine and time.
But your English is way better than it was in episode 1, and
Yes.
I'm super proud of that. It's so good.
Yay me!
Yeah, you.
Yeah, but it's always something good that I take from this experience. Like I was able to practice my English, and I put a lot of effort in it. So
Yeah, it absolutely shows. I mean, like I said, both of your English is like impeccable. I am so jealous that you can speak a second language so fluently, like that we can even sit here and have this conversation.
Yes,
I couldn't even attempt that.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, that's super awesome. A lot of people understands English. It's like we need to know English. So
Yes, but to be able to have a conversation, I didn't imagine I would be sitting here like having this conversation with such an ease. I would be super stressed, like, oh my god. It's going well, I think.
yeah, it is.
Very, I think so too. I love how like the formula of your show. It's very like, and this is what I love about podcasts, and I think this is what a lot of people really like about listening to other podcasts, is when you sit there and you're listening and you forget that you're listening to a podcast because you feel like you're sitting in the room with 2 of your like best friends. That's how I feel when I listen to your podcast.
Mission accomplished. That's like
Great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. With True Crime Obsessed, I also felt that way, and it was something that I always wanted to do if I had a podcast. And if we are doing that for at least one person, I think we are doing great, and that's awesome. I'm proud of us. I think that's really cool. I'm so happy that that's happening. Thank you.
We do this for fun, obviously, and we don't mind too much about the numbers because we really have fun while recording, and we love true crime, so it's perfect. But to know that someone else likes it, what we are doing, it's amazing.
And it's not just me. I've seen your reviews on Apple Podcasts. You guys have glowing reviews, and they pretty much all say the exact same thing. They say how hilarious you both are and how, like, you know, again, like I said, it's like sitting down with like two of your best friends and you're kind of just like, you're in the conversation, but not in the conversation, but you feel
Oh
that.
my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh my
No,
God,
stop.
what the heck? Stop. What is happening?
Oh.
Calm down. Calm
No, that's
down.
super cool. We all only had access to those reviews like 2 weeks ago. We didn't,
Mm.
because here
It's too much. It's
no, because we only can see the reviews from Portugal.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
We have to select each country that we want to see, and it's like there are thousands of platforms where the podcast ends up. We got emails like, you are on this platform, and I was like, how? Why?
Okay.
So we discovered things like every week we discovered something new, and then we got those reviews from the
Yes.
United States.
Yeah, from Chartable.
From
I believe. I
Chartable.
think it's Chartable. There, all the reviews are there, and we were like,
Yes, we were like, oh my God, we didn't knew this, because on Instagram it's pretty obvious, but like from the reviews from Apple Podcasts and Spotify, we didn't got to see
ask
them.
for reviews. I mean, we kind of ask during our episodes, but we never think that people will do it. But then
Right.
we see that it's like really rewarding. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, it's so awesome to think that something that you do on your living room or something, someone overseas is actually listening to you. It's like, yes, mission accomplished. Like, I don't care where it ends. It's like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. Absolutely. Now back to some more true crime questions. Out of the cases that you covered, which one would you say you were most fascinated or that you found the most interesting?
You first.
No, you're first. I need to think a little bit. Wait.
For me, my favorite episode, and I don't get enough of it, and I don't think it had the justice, it's Lorena. I believe that it's amazing. Like, something was shocked, something was stitched, and something was enlarged, and like, it's too much happening, and it's too good for me. It's like, how
Something was in the grass, something put it in a hot dog bag or something like.
And at the end,
that's amazing.
it was not a happy ending, and it was not a happy story, but in the end, it was like the least horrible that we talked about.
Yeah.
We were more free talking about it. Obviously, it was traumatic for the ones involved, but for me, it's our favorite episode, and I don't get it. I don't get it. People should listen it. I don't get it. It's frustrating. Like,
it might be the title. It might be that we are in another country. We are still trying to figure it out.
Yes.
But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite episodes. In terms of feeling fascinated, it's kind of a tricky question because I don't know if fascinating is the correct wording that I want to say, but like serial killers, I'm just curious to understand the psyche of the person and what it takes to that person to then commit that crime.
Yes.
Which it's like, it's never a reason, a good enough reason. It's like because you wanted to or because you were jealous. Like, what is happening?
Mhm.
What? I mean, I'm not saying that any crime is just this is justified, but like you're expecting a really dark reasoning or a really horrible reasoning, and it's normally because I wanted to, or because I had trauma, or because I was treated like this, and I wanted to do that to other people so that I could feel more powerful. And it's like, no, stop! What are you doing? What? No! What is this? Maybe that's me being fascinated, not in the best reasoning. It's just trying to understand the psychological part of it. And maybe also the con artists, like how people fell for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not giving you $10,000 or euros.
Yeah.
What? I'm not giving you 100 euros. I'm poor. I'm sorry. Not even to my friend. If I okay, I can give you 100 euros. When are you paying me?
Yeah.
But like 10,000 are asking for loans. Like,
Yes.
no, I'm not that friend.
Yeah. No.
I can't, and I would never ask for that type of thing for a friend. I think no, I would never. No, no.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah.
These. Mhm.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say these con artists, they're definitely a point of interest for me too, just because it's like, again, how do people fall for it? And also, how, like, what kind of person do you have to be to sit there and come up with the con? And then, if something in your plan doesn't go right, how do you then come up with another plan and
Yes.
still make it work? And it's like,
It's unbelievable.
Like the Tinder swindler, for example.
Yes.
I was like, what
no,
is happening?
no, you cannot. No, no.
Why? Why? Yes, I love you, but I'm not giving you a loan.
Like the part that he says that a plane is leaving and he has to go. Like security is calling. Your plane is.
Wait, they have a date. Do you want to travel with me? Like the next day, and I'm like, no. And he was like, oh, sure, it's magical. And I'm like,
I defended her.
He's gonna kill you, maybe. You don't know him. What is happening?
I would
stop.
I would get in the plane.
But I mean, that's also one of my favorite documentaries.
Mhm.
Oh, it was really fun. And I like Pernilla,
Aileen,
and who was the last one? I don't remember, but I loved her.
Mhm.
She's the swindler, the Tinder
It's Aileen.
swindler. Aileen, and she was like, yes. I was like, yes, please.
That part was so fun. Like, I'm selling all his clothes. Like,
yeah, it was so great, and he's out there, and that's also frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, what?
The worst thing about an artist is that they are free.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I believe the justice system has to do some works around here, because con artists,
they are the new
it's not
serial
fair.
killers, but in a psychological way.
Yeah.
Because they leave a lot of marks.
Oh people. Yeah. They may not physically kill you, but they might kill your bank account and your savings account.
Yes. And the ability to trust one another, because once these documentaries get out, obviously we are more careful and we don't trust someone that is not fair just because someone is a piece of trash, basically.
Yeah. It's like you have to be more careful about who you swipe right for, because
definitely. And
they might try to take all of your money.
Don't give money. The boy has some family, friends, like whatever. Go ask for money for someone else. Just take me to dinner. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not here for money. Sorry.
So speaking of documentaries, I know we touched a little bit on our favorites, but what would you say are your like top 2 favorite documentaries, true crime documentaries that are out right now?
Inventing Anna is not a documentary, but I really like that case, and we might talk about it. But Tinder Swindler for sure is one of my top 2. What?
You already said 2.
No, Inventing Anna wasn't a documentary; it was a series.
You get a bonus.
I didn't see the entirety of Evil Genius, but I saw the first episode because we wanted to do an episode about it, but it's 4 episodes and there is so much that we kind of need more time to do it. We might do it, but the first one was like,
it's amazing.
And this happened.
It's amazing in like how someone planned that, and I watched the entire thing, and for me it's one of the best, just because there are so many stories inside the story, and
Mm-hmm.
your mind shifted, like, no, it was this person, no, it was that person, and the motives too. It's like, it's too insane, but it's too good for me. We definitely will cover it at some point.
Oh, I'm so
Since you
looking forward to
know my
that.
answer, I will say Eat, Pray, and Obey. I really liked that one, and it's a cult. We didn't
Ooh.
talk about any cult yet,
Oh,
but
we did.
cult.
Our father. Wait.
It's not a cult. Okay. Yes, I see the connection. Maybe it is. um, but the documentary didn't focus too
No.
much on that part.
No.
For me, Eat, Pray, and Obey, just because what we were talking about earlier, like, how can someone manipulate so many people and making them believe that this parallel reality, it's, for me, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And how he got caught, and still he is able to continue that, and I'm like,
And he had like what 80 something lives?
yes,
Like
it's
what?
unbelievable, that one. So it's
Mm.
very recent. It's on Netflix, and I watched it like 1 month
Well,
ago or
I
something.
think I also did with you, right?
Yes.
I think I skipped one episode or something, but I caught in the middle or something, and I'm like,
What? Wait, what?
everyone is wearing the same thing.
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
like the same hairdressers and hairdressers. No.
Hairstyles.
I already said this before. A dress for the hair.
A dress for the hair. No,
A hair with a
neckle dress.
Neckle dress.
You said neckle dress, a dress for a high turtleneck. Oh, she wears a neckle dress, and I'm like, turtleneck.
I'm sorry. I don't want to offend
No, but
English.
No, you are
English.
not. That's actually like
It's
a
like-
better name, to be honest. A neckle
They
dress
are
is better than, I think, just a higher
Neckle dress.
turtleneck.
they are jewels. It's like, oh my god, this is so good. This neckle dress. Like,
Yes.
oh my god.
We have fun with it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And it shows. I mean, I have fun listening to your podcasts. And like I said, I know the reviews say the same thing. So before we wrap, I have one last question for you both. And it's a little bit more about your process. So, how do you guys go about picking each case for the episodes? Do you guys have like a list of cases that you want to cover and kind of just pick and choose? Or do you have like a schedule, or is it totally random?
You know?
Well, we tried to have a schedule, but then we kept swapping because we also
I'm sorry.
no, because also the magic of the process is let's make something that we want to do right now,
Yes,
Mhm.
and not like,
definitely.
oh, we have this plan, but I don't want to talk about that. Okay, let's
Mhm.
talk about this instead. And I think that's the magic of the process, and that's why we also have fun, and we are not recording episodes being like, I don't want to do this. But no, we do try to have a schedule, yes, but also if you want to talk about a case that it's super recent and we want to exchange with another one, let's do that. Why not?
Mhm.
And for example, we had like what 2 months in advance. We started recording things in January when we only started posting on March.
Yes.
Mm.
That was gold. For anyone that's listening and wants to start doing this, that is gold. Like,
Mhm.
have 2 months of content before you start.
Because it's
That's-
Yes.
like maybe 1 week you can't do anything, and it's like, okay, I have like 2 months in advance. I can relax this week. But like, I mean, we had like 2 chaotic months and we
Yes.
couldn't record anything. It was like, oh,
And we ran
So
out.
that no, but that was great. Having those 2 months, and I think for any advice, have thing recorded. It might not go the same order that you wanted. Maybe you want to do an episode you have a recorded episode, but it will be way later than an episode that you're about to record, and that's completely fine. I think that's the magic of the process.
Yes.
Like, have fun and be flexible. We don't want to be stuck to a schedule 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect answer. So
Oh,
I will not add anything.
All right. Before we go, where can my listeners find your content? I know I said you have a YouTube channel and you also are on Apple Podcasts, I believe Spotify as well. How can they find you on social media?
So Instagram, like spilling the crime, just that.
Everything's spilling the crime, or
All
majority of the
platforms.
streaming platforms. I know that we are also in Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. What?
Mhm.
I don't know how. And Audible and Good Pods. I found that out that we
Just
were there. Like what?
spilling the crime podcast, and you find it. You can easily find
Yeah, but
our episodes.
yeah, but majority of our listeners go to Spotify and Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Our YouTube is more audio for everyone that prefers to use YouTube as a platform.
Yes. On our Instagram, we have everything on the highlights, so it's easy for you to find what you like, because we cover different topics on true crime, and I know that some persons like more true crime murderers or missing people, and we have everything. So you can choose.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being with me. You guys are so much fun to talk to. It was an absolute
You are
pleasure.
fun.
Yes, this was amazing.
This was really cool. Thank you so much for having us.
You will always be our first.
Thank you. Yes. Hey, true crime friends. You've heard me talk about my amazing friend Mandy before. She makes the best crochet, pre-cut, and custom home decor for reasonable prices. If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or some new decor to add some new life into your home, look no further. Mandy has got you. I have quite a few items from her, ranging from a crocheted headband to Halloween decor items to my amazing and adorable Coraline ornament. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm like obsessed with Coraline, and I just love how Mandy makes it. She's also made me a Coraline doll that sits next to all of my true crime books. To order, just slide in her DMs on Facebook and Instagram at Mandy Made It. That's MANDEE Made It on Facebook and Instagram. Once again, go to Mandy Made It on Facebook and Instagram, send her a DM, and order today.
Look, Bumble knows you're exhausted by dating. All the must not take yourself too seriously and 6'1" since that matters. And what do I even say other than hey? Well, that's why they're introducing an all-new Bumble with exciting features to make compatibility easier, starting the chat better, and dating safer. They've changed, so you don't have to. Download the new Bumble now.
Well, that is all I have for you today. I hope you all really enjoyed this interview. I know I enjoyed it. Humberto and Jonas are absolutely hilarious. Don't forget to check out their podcast, Spilling the Crime. And don't forget to follow True Crime and Academia on social media as well, at True Crime and Academia on Instagram and TikTok, and at TC in Academia on Twitter. Also, in order to access the video of this interview, go to patreon.com/Ivory Tower Boiler Room and become a subscriber. Not only can you see the interviews, but you will also have access to the bonus episodes each month. Currently, there are 3 out right now. I covered the case of John Bonet. I covered Casey Anthony. And this month was not so much true crime, but a very interesting story about Dr. West, Mr. Wright, and this very strange medical cure. To check it out and find out more, like I said, go to patreon.com/Ivory Tower Boiler Room. And until next week, guys, I will see you later.
Thank you so much for listening to the Ivory Tower Boiler Room, or True Crime in Academia. I'm Andrew Rimby, the executive director. Our team includes Mary DePippi, our chief contributor, Nicole Arguello, our marketing assistant, and Kimberly Dallas, our editor. Ivory Tower Boiler Room episodes come out on Monday, and sometimes I'm joined by a guest co-host. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Ivory Tower Boiler Room, and on Twitter at Ivory Boiler Room. And here's Mary.
Hello, everyone. I am the host of True Crime in Academia. Do not forget to follow True Crime in Academia on Instagram and TikTok at True Crime in Academia. And coming soon, there will be a Twitter also at True Crime in Academia. Now, if you're like me, you like to have bonus episodes. I love extra content, don't you? So go to patreon.com/Ivory Tower Boiler Room. Not only do you have access to our video interviews, but you will also be able to access never before seen bonus episodes. So like I said, we don't release them anywhere else. You can only get those on Patreon. So go to patreon.com/Ivory Tower Boiler Room and become a subscriber today. And don't forget to listen to Ivory Tower Boiler Room on Mondays and True Crime in Academia on Tuesdays.